What's up, YouTube? Another video this time, and this time I'm asking, how do you spot the brokest person in the room? And the room could be at a public spot you're hanging out at, barbecue, a birthday party, whatever the case may be. Just when you're around those certain types of people who seem to be overcompensating for something, man or woman, and they just maybe seem to talk too much, they get too loud. I'm gonna start off with this here. And it says some of the telltale signs of someone that might be quote unquote broke. Look for excessive bragging. Is everything about their accomplishments, what they just bought, where they going on vacation next, what they driving, look at what I got on, what I'm wearing. Is it always being brought back to material things? Like they trying to keep up with society and what's going on, and they're probably doing too much. They're overspending, but they want to look a certain way, and they definitely put it on the internet. And to keep up with whatever it is they're chasing, uh, their head is just barely above water because they're overspending. They don't have to do this, and they put themselves in that brokest person in the room box because they just keep trying to impress. They'll go somewhere new and not even know anybody when they go out of town on vacation and do this. These people just met you, but you want to come across a certain way. So the conversation then goes to the bragging, what they have, some outfit they just bought, telling the price, high-end fashion. Maybe they wearing Fendi or they got on Prada, but they got to tell you, when they bought it, how much it cost them, letting you know that, hey, I supposedly got it like that. Now, I'm not saying these people don't have any money in the bank. It's just that they don't have as much as they could saved up, and the bills are right here, neck and neck with their spending, because they keep trying to keep up this facade of who they want people to see them as. Overcompensation, and that's what the whole conversation is about. And they find a way to bring it back to themselves. And so they could come off as actually narcissistic too, on top of, being the brokest person in the room. They letting you know they got pictures of it on their cell phone, the stuff that they just bought, video. They might have just had some landscaping done on their backyard, so they got video of how their new backyard looks and what they just got put in, swimming pool, and they tell you how much it costs. And it all looks good. I mean, the money's being spent, but just because how much is going out doesn't mean that they actually have wealth and that there's more that's actually sitting there saved up, ready for them to, use in case of an emergency or invest into something, one or the other. It's just spending, spending. And I'm saying people might be living paycheck to paycheck, even though when you see them, they got on things that cost money. $500, $1,000, things like that. They showing off jewelry or watch. And so why is that? Is that a telltale sign of the brokest person in the room? How do you spot the brokest person in the room? That's the thing. Have you all been around people whose conversation is just that, where it's always comes back to something material that they just bought? The shirt they have on, the cologne he's wearing, the perfume she's wearing, and how much they spent on the bottle. Things like that. Places they wear, where they travel to, and the restaurants they ate at. It's just constant in your face about, I've been someplace that, man, it wasn't cheap. I had to spend this. We went there and the bill came to this. I'm like, man. And so this is always, they might even have a picture of the bill, just to show that we spent this much. I spent this much out at dinner. And it's crazy for that. But, again, what are they covering up? What is missing? What's lacking that they even have to come out and be this way? And then it might, at the end of the night, get annoying to you, because we can't just have a conversation about sports or anything else. It's always coming back to how much you spent on something, how much something costs that you're involved with. All material stuff. They constantly telling you how much money that's going out of their pocket. And so what is that? What's the psychology behind people that do this? And do these people deserve the title of being the brokest in the room? Because everything that they're saying doesn't equal that they have actual wealth just because they spending this much on material items. Doesn't equal wealth at all. It may look like it, but that's not necessarily the case. So let's see, it says when they put down others, do these same type of people that showing off what they have when they out in a public function also kind of look down on what you may have if they spot it on you, or you just happen to bring it up since we're talking about certain things. People bring up, hey, I just bought a new whatever, and they may look at it like, it's okay, but it don't cost as much as the same one they just bought. They got this particular version of it that costs more than yours. Now, you just bought what you needed. That person probably didn't need that either, but to be able to put the price tag out there to once again show how much they're spending on things, and they go and get paid more for something that's not needed. Is that a case of this whole overcompensating for something, being the brokest person in the room, where they're not gonna put you down directly, but whatever you have and wherever you live at, they kind of just have a certain way about it where they would never live there or drive that just because it don't cost as much as what they have. And then some might just directly put you down, but we'll just go with people who kind of give off the energy, these people who seem to think that what you have is less than. And is that another sign of people who are actually the brokest people in the room? And then we also they have a tendency to try and one-up conversations. So whatever you have, wherever you're going, you going on this trip, you going to Disney World, they say, I'm going to Australia. Your vehicle is a 2023. They say, I got the 2025. It's always a one-up trying to beat you over the head with something. When in reality, you may have more money saved up than them. So there's another one-up, but finances aren't really discussed by these people. It's just how much money is spent going out and the material stuff I have to show for it. So no matter what you got, your footwear, whatever it is you went to go out to eat at, they always throw in a restaurant that costs more than where you went and let you know that. So it's always, oh, I'm doing one better than you. I'm doing one better than you. What's that about? Now you coming outside saying, man, I don't have to do that. My head is way above water. I live below my means. Whereas these people just want to make sure they keep up this same image. And so they constantly letting people know. But then if you compare bank accounts, you might actually have more saved up than them. And so, again, it's the psychology is weird behind these people trying to keep up with society and how they're viewed. And so they right there borderline, if they miss one payment on something, they're behind. And again, like I say, these same brokest people in the room are living paycheck to paycheck. And some of these individuals are paycheck to paycheck on purpose. Don't even have to be. But they have to have something to show the internet. And so that's what they do. So another thing they often do, they dominate the conversations. They have an answer for everything. And they try and make others feel less than, insecure. And their arrogance might be a way to, like I said, compensate for other insecurities that they have, where the money isn't completely tight the way they want it to be. Well, it is tight, but in the wrong way that, they don't even budget, but, They are making money coming in to where, okay, now I can go and get that next expensive purchase, where if they would stop getting stuff that they don't need, they would have some more breathing room. So that's where the money is tight at with them. Not tight as in everything is solid, it's good, but tight is, they have to be careful. Hopefully nothing goes wrong or repair to where now, you don't spend all this money on this furniture set or this outfit. Now you got something wrong with your heater or your air conditioner, and now there's an issue. So we have to be careful to make sure we don't fall into this type of lifestyle and feeling we need to impress so many different types of people. And we should never become people that can be looked at as the brokest person in the room just because we come off the loudest and just always letting everybody know, hey man, I just picked this up, I'm about to get this. And your whole conversation is a showcase. You steadily have your cell phone out showing pictures of your next purchase or what you have purchased, videos you've made of it, and just pointing people in that direction so they know every single thing that you have. But does that translate necessarily into them actually having wealth and investments and savings? No. These people are still broke. Now they're working, they're getting paid every 2 weeks, but it's still a paycheck to paycheck lifestyle because they're trying to keep up with something that keeps them with the title of brokest person in the room no matter where they go. And they feel it too. That's why the conversation is always about what they have and what they're buying next, for whatever reason that they're trying to keep up with some type of image they're seeing on TV or the internet. Whoever they're chasing in the back of their mind, that's what they want to present to the people who they're around, people they know, new people. And I can see how it can get annoying to anyone who's listening because you already know what the conversation is about to swing to when she get here or when he get here. They're nice people, but what is this overcompensation of things? What is it that you feel you're missing? And you got to spin like this. And then eventually people catch on and actually see that, yeah, this person, that's all they do. They spin like that. But you start to see cracks in the armor, chinks in the armor, as they say, when something goes wrong and they had an issue, just trying to keep up with so much, and then they put pressure on themselves. Like I said, don't let an emergency repair happen or something like that, where they done spent all of this on this Fendi outfit, but now they can't get their plumbing fixed, and then it becomes embarrassing, but they won't let you know that. So can you spot the brokest person in the room? Are you that person? Hopefully not. So where you just constantly talking about what you have and what you got coming next, where it comes off as arrogant and that you probably don't have as much money as you look to have, because you just have to keep constantly speaking about the next item, the next item, the next item. So we have to get out of that mindset and this whole overcompensation and stop letting social media and other things like that have us out here just overspending just because. Because then you get stuff that you don't even care about at the end of the day. Traveling to places you don't even know why you bought this plane ticket. And more so on a regular basis, just outfits, footwear, a watch, and now you got it on just for this occasion. But when you get back home and you just look at this stuff, you feel like, man, this is an empty purchase. It only feels good when you come around people, barbecue, wedding, and you can actually discuss it and tell them how much it costs. But after that, when you get it back home, you really don't want it. So, I don't understand. It's backwards spending. And so And then, like I say, a lot of these people who come off like this don't have as much money saved for an emergency, for a rainy day. They don't just have anything sitting just in case. Okay, whatever job they have, they do layoffs, and you don't have enough to just even keep you going for 6 months because you want a paycheck to paycheck. After bills are paid, now you're going out and getting outfits and things like that. Just other gadgets in your home, stuff that's not necessary. And so to make you feel good about it, so you can continue to push this image, that's what you do. You come around and you let everybody know when you got it, how much it costs, with the tax included. And then hopefully you get the reaction you want from them, where they want to see and find out how they can get it. And when they see the price, they think it's nicer than it actually is because of how much you spent on it. And then that's satisfying to this brokest person in the room. But we have to stop that. And if you know somebody who's like that and you're friends with that person, you might want to pull them to the side and tell them to calm that type of talk down, because you come off as the brokest person in the room when you do that. And it's not cool, and eventually you're going to push people away. So it's just food for thought. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about how do you spot the brokest person in the room. Are you able to do that? Have you seen that? Are you around people now that do that and they get on your nerves? And do you know a real story behind their finances? And then you kind of see, okay, this is why they come outside trying to keep up this facade, but you know the real deal, and they really are struggling when it comes to money. Put all of that down in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. That's Facts of Feelings, all one word, no spaces. Put that in the YouTube search, Facts of Feelings, all one word, and my channel comes right up. And if you have any topics you want me to review, or videos you want me to review as well, put that in an email to kregier.mj@gmail.com. This will also be in the description of this video. It's CREGIER.MJ@gmail.com. Send any topics there. I can review them and add them to the video uploads. And other than that, don't be the brokest person in the room. You don't have to leave with what you have. And when you outside on a nice day, as we in spring now and as we go into summer, when June gets here, just be laid back and be you. No need to overcompensate or advertise yourself for no reason. And everything will flow a lot better that way, and you won't come off as arrogant or annoying. I'm out. Don't be broke.